On a sunny day, you're contemplating nature, and suddenly the sun begins to disappear, swallowed up by a mysterious shadow. This is the solar eclipse, one of nature's most incredible spectacles. During a solar eclipse, the moon positions itself exactly between the Earth and the sun, covering the sun completely or partially, depending on where you are on Earth. But it doesn't happen every day. The precision required for this alignment is a true celestial miracle. The result? A corona of brilliant light that can be seen around the moon's silhouette. A phenomenon that turns the day into a dark and mysterious night for a few magical minutes. Now, while the solar eclipse steals the light from the day, the lunar eclipse enchants the night. Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing the moon, normally a symbol of light and darkness, slowly being enveloped in a red shadow. During a lunar eclipse, the Earth aligns itself between the sun and the moon, casting a shadow that can give the moon a dazzling reddish color. This phenomenon is known as the blood moon, a sight that has inspired myths, legends, and fascination over the centuries. Let's give an example to make it easier to explain. Imagine you're holding a flashlight and projecting its light onto a wall. Now ask a friend to slowly pass their hand between the lantern and the wall. Your friend's hand represents the moon in the case of a solar eclipse, or the Earth in the case of a lunar eclipse. The total shadow zone, umbra, occurs when your friend's hand completely blocks the light from the flashlight on certain parts of the wall. This creates a dark area where no light can reach. This dark area is similar to the umbra in an eclipse, where the light is completely blocked by the moon or Earth. In the partial shadow zone, penumbra, around the central dark area, you'll notice that the shadow becomes lighter. This area where the light is only partially blocked corresponds to the penumbra in an eclipse. In the penumbra, the light from the flashlight, or the sun, still hits the wall, or the Earth in the case of a solar eclipse, or the moon in the case of a lunar eclipse, but in a reduced way. If you are in the penumbra zone during a solar eclipse, you will see the sun partially covered by the moon. If it's a lunar eclipse and you're looking at the moon as it passes through the Earth's penumbra, you'll notice a slight darkening of its surface. But have you ever stopped to think about the incredible precision required for an eclipse to occur? This alignment is not just an astronomical fluke. It is a reflection of the gravitational harmony that governs our solar system. With every eclipse, whether solar or lunar, we witness an event that is only possible because the moon is around 240,000 miles from Earth, and the sun is approximately 93 million miles away. The precision is so refined that, even in this vastness, the moon and the sun appear to be almost the same size in the sky, allowing the magic of eclipses to happen. And why is this important to us? In addition to the visual spectacle, these alignments have been fundamental to the advancement of science. For example, solar eclipses provided the first clues for scientists about the sun's atmosphere, called the corona, which can only be seen from Earth during a total eclipse. Most impressively, it was during a solar eclipse in 1919 where observations confirmed one of the most revolutionary predictions of Einstein's theory of general relativity, that light is bent by gravity. During this event, astronomer Sir Arthur Eddington observed that starlight passing close to the sun was slightly deflected, just as Einstein had predicted. To observe an eclipse safely, it is crucial to protect your eyes properly, as looking directly at the sun can cause permanent damage, as happened to the famous scientist Galileo Galilei. Galileo was partially blinded because he was watching the sun without any protection, which ended up burning the retina of his eyes. To prevent this from happening to you, it is essential to wear specific protection for eclipse watching. Eclipse glasses are the best option because they are specially made to filter sunlight efficiently. Another alternative is to use a welder's filter of grade 14 or higher, which also blocks the intense amount of sunlight. It is important to remember that improvised methods such as X-rays, photonegatives, smoked glass, or simply wearing 2 pairs of sunglasses do not offer sufficient protection from the sun's rays. These methods may appear to reduce the sun's glare, but they don't block ultraviolet and infrared radiation, which can cause serious damage to your vision. Therefore, always opt for equipment that has been tested and approved specifically for eclipse observation. Eclipses have a surprising influence on the behavior of animals and the dynamics of ecosystems. During a total solar eclipse, many bird species may begin to prepare for bed or return to their nests, confused by the sudden darkening. In addition to birds, other wild animals begin to calm down. Others become active, thinking it's time for their nocturnal activity to begin. Even flowers in some cases begin to close their petals, reacting to the lack of light as if sunset were taking place. This sudden dusk and dawn in a short period of time allows us to observe in fast motion phenomena that would normally take hours to unfold, providing a fascinating window into nature's circadian rhythm. In many communities, eclipses are not just astronomical phenomena, but moments charged with spiritual and cultural significance. In India, solar eclipses are considered powerful moments for meditation and spiritual renewal, attracting thousands of people to ritual baths in sacred rivers. This tradition reflects the belief that eclipses are times of liberation and purification, an opportunity to reconnect with the divine and cleanse negative karma. In the Inuit culture of the Arctic, solar eclipses have a very different interpretation. They are seen as moments when the sun, a vital entity for survival, is being momentarily devoured by a mystical animal. During these events, the community comes together to make noise and help free the sun from the threat. This example illustrates how the interpretation of an eclipse can vary dramatically from one culture to another, but in each context, they reinforce the community's connection to the rhythms of the universe and the need for unity and cooperation. In addition to cultural interpretations, eclipses are also opportunities for festivals and educational events in many parts of the world, such as in the United States, where the 2017 Great American Eclipse brought together millions of people from different states to witness the event. Schools, museums, and observatories organized events, and many cities saw an increase in tourism, demonstrating the power of these events to bring people together not only in admiration and respect for science, but also as a community celebration. And where were you when you witnessed your first eclipse?